You know what's crazy? Sometimes the best move isn't blowing up her phone or even slamming that block button. Nope. It's actually doing nothing at all. Just going quiet. No texts, no calls, no drama. That silence, it messes with her head way more than any fight or chase ever could. Welcome back to Psychology Insight. Yeah, that little corner where we get real about the messy stuff in relationships. Today, I want to talk about why sometimes pulling back and saying nothing is the power move. Forget the grand gestures or those desperate, please talk to me moments. Just step back, zip it, and watch how the quiet does all the talking. No blocking, no begging, just the art of disappearing for a bit. And trust me, it hits different. Let's dig into why this works. 1. When you pull back, her illusion shatters. People crave certainty, even in the messiest relationships. For her, your predictability was a comfort blanket. You were always the one who forgave, always the one who reached out, always the one who tried to fix things, no matter how many times she pushed you away. Deep down, she knew she could push your buttons and you'd still be there, waiting, hoping, apologizing even when you weren't at fault. But when you pull back with no warning, something massive shifts. You're no longer playing the role she assigned to you. Suddenly, the script she had in her head, where she's always in control, always the one calling the shots, falls apart. She can't believe it at first. She checks her phone, expecting a message. She posts on social media and waits for you to watch her story. But silence. This isn't just about absence. It's about shattering her illusion of invincibility. She realizes that the safety net she always assumed was there, your consistent attention and forgiveness, has vanished. In that moment, you go from being the fallback plan to the man she underestimated. She's not just missing your presence, she's grieving the loss of her own control over you. And the craziest part? You didn't need to say a single word. You didn't need to block her. You didn't beg for her to care. You simply stopped playing along. That's what hits her the hardest, because now for the first time she has to face herself in the mirror and question why you stopped caring and if she was ever really in control in the first place. The power has shifted, and whether she admits it or not, she feels it in her bones. 2. She feels the shift before she'll ever admit it. Women are intuitive, sometimes scarily so. Long before she admits anything out loud, she can sense your absence on a gut level. There's a quiet emptiness that creeps in, replacing the comfort of knowing you'd always be there. It's subtle at first, a feeling she can't quite name. Maybe she gets restless at night, finds herself reaching for her phone, only to realize you haven't texted. Maybe she glances at her notifications more often, only to see nothing from you. But pride is a powerful shield. She'll act unbothered, maybe even start posting more on social media. Pictures with friends, stories showing how happy she is, updates designed for you to see. She wants you to think she's thriving. But the truth is, these actions are a smokescreen for her anxiety. She's checking her story views, waiting for your name to pop up. She's hoping for a sign, any sign, that you still care. The silence is loud. It echoes in the moments when she expects a message and it never comes. In those quiet late-night hours, she feels the absence not just in her inbox, but in her chest. She starts to replay old conversations, wondering where things went wrong, questioning if she pushed too far. The thing is, she'll never say it out loud, not at first. She'll keep pretending nothing's changed, until it becomes impossible to ignore. That's when your silence starts to work its magic, slowly but surely making her realize just how much she depended on you. And the longer you stay quiet, the more that realization grows. 3. Your stillness becomes her storm. Here's the part no one talks about. People crave reactions. Even negative attention is still attention. When you used to get angry or emotional, she took it as proof that she mattered to you. She knew she could push your buttons and get a response. That meant she still had you under her spell. But when you refused to play the game, When you respond with stillness instead of rage or desperation, you create a psychological storm in her mind. She's left alone with her thoughts, and those thoughts spiral fast. Did she go too far? Did she actually lose you this time? Why aren't you reacting the way she expected? The uncertainty gnaws at her. She replays the last moments you spoke, searching for clues. She wonders if you've moved on, if you're talking to someone else, if you even care anymore. The more silent you are, the more her mind races to fill the gaps. And in those gaps, her imagination becomes her own worst enemy. This isn't about punishing her. It's about reclaiming your energy and refusing to validate her power plays. You're not blocking her. You're not begging for attention. You're just existing in your own peace. And that stillness is deafening. It forces her to confront the reality she tried to ignore. Maybe, just maybe, she isn't as important to you as she thought. That realization, it's the most powerful message you could ever send, without saying a word. 4. Time turns into your greatest weapon. At first, she might feel a rush of freedom. She tells herself she's relieved, that she's better off. She expects you'll be back, like always. But time has a way of exposing what we really feel. Days pass, then weeks, and still, nothing. Your name doesn't pop up. Your energy doesn't return. She starts to wonder if maybe this time you really meant it. Every moment you don't reach out, every hour you stay silent, it becomes harder for her to pretend she doesn't care. What started as confidence on her part slowly morphs into uncertainty and then regret. The absence that was once a relief becomes a weight. The door she left half open begins to close, creaking shut with every day you stay gone. She might even test the waters. Liking one of your posts, dropping a hint, sending a casual, "Hey." But if you keep holding the line, if you let time do the heavy lifting, her composure cracks. The silence becomes a mirror reflecting all the choices she made, and she starts to question every single one. Time is ruthless. It doesn't erase the past, it magnifies it. The longer you remain silent, the more she feels your absence as an unspoken consequence. And when she finally admits to herself that she misses you, she'll realize it's too late. Time, not words, is what hits the hardest, and you're letting it do all the talking. 5. You become unreachable, and that's when it hits her hard. There's a world of difference between being gone and being unreachable. Being gone means she can still send a message, still check your social media, still believe there's a chance you'll return. But when you become unreachable, it's a whole new level of reality for her. Suddenly, it's not just that you're not there, it's that you're not available to her in any way, shape, or form. She tries to connect, maybe sends a text or stalks your profile, but your energy isn't there anymore. You're not reacting, not watching her stories, not leaving the door even slightly ajar. Instead, you've channeled your focus back to yourself. You're healing, growing, moving forward, not just physically, but emotionally and mentally. This is when panic sets in. She realizes that she's lost her access to you, not just to your presence, but to your influence, your care, and your forgiveness. She recognizes that she can no longer push your buttons or rely on you for emotional validation. You're not only out of reach, you've outgrown her, and the worst part for her? Even if she wanted to come back, she knows she doesn't even know who you are anymore. You've evolved beyond what she thought she could control. She doesn't just miss you, she misses the security she felt when you were always there. Now she's left with the bitter realization that you're truly gone, and that loss is something she can't fix, no matter how hard she tries. 6. You flip the narrative. Without saying a word. She thought she'd be the one holding the power, walking away while you were left behind, wounded and hoping. But without any dramatic gestures, without a single word or a scene, you flipped the script in the most unexpected way. You didn't fight, you didn't beg, you simply removed yourself, and in doing so, became the one who was truly in control. This quiet exit leaves her reeling. Suddenly, she's not the one calling the shots. The power dynamic has shifted so dramatically that she can barely comprehend it. She's forced to face the fact that her actions finally have consequences, not in the form of an argument, but in the form of your total absence. The more dignified and silent your departure, the more she feels the gravity of what's happened. And here's the real magic. She starts to wonder about you. She obsesses over why you aren't chasing her, why you don't seem to care, why you're so at peace. You live in her mind, rent-free, not because of anything you did, but because of everything you didn't do. Now, instead of remembering you as someone desperate for her attention, she sees you as someone strong enough to walk away with self-respect. You didn't win by fighting. You won by simply refusing to play the game. In her quiet moments, when ego fades and truth shows up, she realizes the one person she thought she could always ignore is now the one person she can't get out of her mind. 7. Your glow-up becomes her gut punch. This is the part that really stings, when your silence isn't just silence, but a backdrop for your transformation. While she's busy wondering if you're thinking about her, you're out there living, growing, and thriving. She checks your social media expecting you to be sad, missing, or stuck. But what she sees is the opposite. You smiling, pursuing goals, surrounded by friends, maybe even attracting new admirers. Every achievement, every moment of happiness, every new chapter you share, it's like a punch to her gut. She was so sure you'd be broken without her. Instead, you've become someone even better. Someone who doesn't just survive heartbreak, but uses it as fuel for personal growth. She'll keep watching, even if she pretends not to. She'll notice the changes in you, the way you carry yourself, the new confidence you exude. And every time she sees you living your best life without her, she'll feel the impact of your absence even more. The pain isn't just that you moved on, it's that you've upgraded. You didn't just get over her, you became the version of yourself she always feared you could be. That's the gut punch she'll never forget. 8. You become the lesson she never wanted to learn. Eventually, the silence and your transformation force her to confront the truth she's been running from. She lost something real. But this lesson isn't delivered through harsh words, angry texts, or desperate pleas. It's delivered through your absence. Your self-respect becomes her teacher. She might try to fill the void, dating other people, seeking validation, acting unbothered. But it never really works. Nobody compares to the person who walked away with dignity, who didn't block or beg, who chose peace over chaos. You become the silent standard by which she judges everyone who comes after you. In time, she'll realize that you were the consequence she never expected. The respect she refused to give is the respect you gave yourself, and that's what haunts her, especially when life gets quiet and the distractions fade away. If you're doubting whether your silence has an impact, believe this. You're teaching her a lesson she'll never forget. She'll remember you not for the drama or the arguments, but for the strength it took to leave without looking back. You didn't just become her past, you became the reason she'll never make the same mistake twice. If you feel this truth, drop a comment below. My silence speaks for me. Remember, sometimes the most powerful move is no move at all. No blocking, no begging, just peace, self-respect, and letting your absence do all the talking. This is Psychology Insight. Keep evolving and let them feel the difference.